Welcome to Phish and Tips, the only place to get your daily catch of cybersecurity tips to keep you hooked on safety. From suspicious emails to shady QR codes and sneaky social scams, we're reeling in the thread so you don't have to take the bait. No tech jargon, no fear mongering, just bite-sized tips to help you stay safe, sharp and spot trouble before it bites. On the menu today, spot the bait. We're kicking off with the classic catch of the day. Spotting phishing emails before they hook you. Learn to sniff out fake senders, dodgy links, and those urgent panic baits. Let's dive in and keep you off the hook. Alright, let's take a look at our first email then to see if we can spot any telltale signs that might indicate that that email is suspicious or dangerous. If I go to my inbox then, I can see I've got 3 unread emails here. Starting off with the one at the top, we can see it's from Microsoft and the subject line is data storage limit notification. Now on the surface, if we ignore everything on the right hand side for now and just take a look at this bit here, it looks pretty legitimate, right? We all know Microsoft for a big global brand, and we're probably using Microsoft services in our personal lives, and if we're not, we're more than likely using them in some fashion at work, so it wouldn't be untoward to get an email from Microsoft every now and again. The subject line, data storage limit, we're probably using Microsoft for data. If you think of services like OneDrive and SharePoint and Teams, or even your email is data, so again it kind of adds up, right? We could see why somebody would at least click the email to read the contents of it. Let's actually take a look at the contents then, what's actually in this email. And because this email wasn't really expected, right, we weren't expecting an email from Microsoft or a notification around our data storage, we should probably do some checks to make sure the email is legitimate. So first and foremost, the email's from Microsoft, but Microsoft are a huge business. Where's this email actually come from? What's the email address that sent it? So right at the top here, we've got this Microsoft again. So yeah, we know it's Microsoft, tick. But what's the email address? Well, look in here, it's Microsoft at notificationservices.org. That immediately seems a little bit off, doesn't it? At notificationservices.org. Does that sound like a real company? Does it sound like a company that would be part of Microsoft? Probably not. If you think of your own work email today, it's probably first name, last name at companyname.com.co.uk, whatever it might be on the end. If we think of an email for Phish and Tips as for business, it would be chris@fishandtips.com. But Microsoft at notificationservices.org. It's almost like the Microsoft is in the wrong place, right? You'd expect notifications at microsoft.com or alerts at microsoft.com, not notificationservices.org. So that's our first kind of clue that this email doesn't quite add up. The sender name, Microsoft, doesn't quite marry up with that email address. Now let's take a look at the email content now, and check number 2 is to see if there's any kind of urgent messaging and terminology. Are they trying to put fear into us using fear tactics? Well, instantly in the subject line, data storage limit notification, it's not urgent panic, but there is some panic there really, isn't there? Data storage limit, we're approaching a limit. We need to take action, we need to do something about it. And when we open the email, we're greeted with this text in big bold letters. Your cloud storage is almost full, even more urgent. And then we read the body of the email now. Dear sir or ma'am, your cloud storage is almost full. When your storage is full, we will begin deleting your older documents and photos from OneDrive, and you also won't be able to send or receive email. Okay. That is definitely panic bait, right? They're trying to get us to do something right here, right now, urgently to prevent something really bad from happening. And they want us to click some links in here really quickly without thinking and take action. And that's exactly what we're not going to do because we spotted that this email is using those fear tactics. If you're a personal user of Microsoft services, you probably have photos and that you've collected over years in there, so you absolutely don't want those to be deleted. And if you're a business, you absolutely don't want your emails to stop sending or being received because that could be lost money. So you could understand why somebody might fall for it. But again, we're not going to do that ourselves today. We can see as well that the email is directing us to a load of links here, right? Upgrade your storage, remove files, and or manage your storage, a big button here. So this takes us on to check number 3. Where are these links actually taking us to on the web? Is it a Microsoft website? Or is it an untoward URL, a website that we've never heard of? And we can actually find that out by hovering over the link. So let's hover over this first one. notificationservices.org/Microsoft. Same again here. Same again here. So that again is off, isn't it, right? Although it matches the notificationservices.org in the email address that sent the email, it's still not Microsoft. And although they put Microsoft further in the web URL, so .org/Microsoft, it's in the wrong place again. You'd expect a Microsoft service where we could manage our Microsoft storage would go to a website that would be like Microsoft.com, okay? But it doesn't. So we're not going to click these links. There's too many red flags here. And don't get me wrong, not every phishing email is going to have all 3, but we'll usually have at least 1, and we should always be on the lookout for them. So this email, we're pretty confident now it's suspicious. The email address doesn't add up, there's panic bait in there, and the links are taking us to somewhere we don't recognise. So what can we do about it? Well, we can of course alert our IT teams, we can forward the email onto them and ask, hey, is this suspicious? Should I be worried about this or concerned? Or we can actually take action ourselves. If you have the report message add-in enabled in Outlook, which you can see up at the top right here, report message, we can actually highlight the message, which we have done already, and then click report message, and we can report it as junk, phishing, or not junk. Well, this email is phishing, right? It's trying to get us to do something. It's trying to get us to click a link, and it's trying to phish for our details, because no doubt if we clicked one of those links, it would take us to a website and it'd start asking for things like our username and password, right? We're doing exactly that, phishing for our information. So we could report that as phishing now. And what that would do would help Microsoft's algorithms and security systems in the background understand what to spot next time in this email. So you'd be helping people all around the world not receive emails like this, as well as your very own colleagues and friends that you have in your network. So it's definitely worth doing. So that was the first email there, red flag, and red flag. And we've also taken action by reporting the message. Let's take a look at the second email now, and I'm going to let you take a look at this email yourselves to see if you can spot any of these red flags. So I'll give you a bit of time now. Okay, so check number 1, sender address. We can see rsmith@passwordsnotification.com. So although it said automated notification, which is a very generic sender, the email address again doesn't match up with the logo and the company name here, Microsoft. Where's the @microsoft.com? It's not there, so immediately it's got our backs up again. Urgency and fear tactics. Continue using the same password by clicking the button below to avoid login interruption. We don't want login interruption. We don't want to be locked out of our accounts. We have work to do. Or if this is our personal account, we want to carry on using it, of course. We don't want to lose that forever. So it's trying to get us to do something right now, right here, without thinking about it again. And if we hover over the link, where's it taking us? Passwordnotification.com. Again, it's got Microsoft after the .com, not before it. So a bit of a red flag. So again, we're going to report this message as phishing. And finally, the third email. And this is a little bit different now. It's not a Microsoft email. This is DHL delivery. And these scams are becoming more and more prevalent around delivery services as people use online shopping more. So there's things around Royal Mail, DHL, Everett, all those different couriers where they'll pretend that you have a parcel on the way and you need to do something. Otherwise, the parcel's going to be lost forever. Again, panic bait email. Links to click things to go and probably put your passwords in and things like that. So we can see here again in the email address, yep, DHL Express, but the email doesn't add up. No reply.dhl@businessnotice.org. Businessnotice.org, it's not a DHL website domain name, is it? So number 1. And Panic bait, not as much as the other ones around password resets and data storage, but there's still some urgency here. Click here to update your information in the next 48 hours or your package will be returned to sender. Well, we don't want to wait more time for our package. We're going to click this link, but remember, let's hover over that link. Where's it taking us? Yeah, that doesn't look like a DHL website, does it? businessnotice.org. So hopefully those 3 very easy identification steps are now ingrained and you can go and take these away into your everyday life. And remember, if in doubt, forward it to your IT team or just simply report it yourself. Okay, let's reel all that information in. Check the sender address, not just the sender's name. If it looks fishy, it probably is. Look for a sense of urgency and fear tactics. Classic bait. Hover over links. If the URL doesn't match what it claims, don't bite. Fake logins love real logos. Don't trust a page just because it looks familiar. Report suspicious emails. In Outlook, it takes just a few clicks and it helps protect everyone. Remember, spotting phishing isn't just about paranoia, it's about pattern recognition. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and don't get hooked. If you found this video useful, or if you've got any questions about keeping your business cyber safe, or anything else IT related at all, we're here to help. Reach out however suits best, and let's talk about how we can make your business more secure, more productive, and more empowered. We're ready when you are.